After 32 years, India won. We beat Vietnam in Vietnam. Dempo means everything to me. We had a coach who won everything for us, Armando. Then it's a history. We won championship after championship. If we have 100 boys in the academy here, not everyone's going to make it because you have a few years, maybe 10, 15. That's it. Most of the footballers in the world, they don't come from very good background. I'm same as other footballers. It was my debut tournament. It was just an amazing moment when they played that national anthem. Literally, I cried. You can see my hand and everything.
What was your earliest exposure? आपने फुटबॉल के बारे में पहले कभी सुना या पहले कभी खेला देखा? How did you get introduced to the sport?
So in my village, they used to play football actually, but we never had any top level footballer in my village. So what has happened? My father was working in Qatar at that time, and then he had come from Qatar and he bought few jerseys for me, for my brother, and few more jerseys actually, football jerseys and one football.
Okay.
So he bought it. He must have bought it when he reached there in Qatar, and he was there for 2 years. The day he landed in Goa, he came with that stuff. We started playing with the ball. The first day itself, the ball got spoiled, so it got punctured. So this is just to tell you that my father introduced me to football. Then my brother played for my village, so I used to go to see them play. And I like football at that time, because there was nothing else we could do in our village. Because what happens, I come from not very good background. So most of the footballers in the world, they don't come from very good background. So it's the same for me also. So I'm same as other footballers.
Right. कौन से village में थे सर आप?
I'm from this village called Nagwa. It's in Bardes, North Goa.
Got it. आपने then when you started playing football, was it always in your mind कि I want to play professionally, or did you start playing for fun with friends and then you had a moment कि now I've realized that I can make a career out of this?
Till 18, I never thought that I'm going to be a professional.
Okay.
I hardly played for my school because I was not that good. I was not that good playing football. So mostly when we had under 16, under 19 games at that time, under 16, under 14, I never got chance. But later on, under 19s, I started getting little bit matured. So I started getting chances to play. So then I played little bit, not too much.
This is for your school and
this
college?
is for my school. I didn't do college.
Okay.
So there were players who were better than, so many players who were better than me at my school. But then what happens, I was working very hard. So maybe that thing kept me pushing in this football. So till 18, I never thought that I'm going to be a footballer. And then when I turned 20, then I realized that I can be a professional.
And how was the reaction or feeling at home with your parents when you told them that I'm going to play football for a living?
So if I had to play football for a living, my family would have been joy. They would have had more than joy. There's nothing that my father wanted. He wanted me to be a footballer because he followed me everywhere when we were playing professional. Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. He used to come for our games, away games. So he was very passionate about football, and then he was very happy that I am a footballer.
I'm sure there would have been challenges also when you were in that transition, playing for fun to now playing for clubs, or I don't know, travel में, finances, people saying कि अरे ये क्या football खेल रहा है. Was there anything of that sort, difficulties that you found in your initial stages of your career?
there are always this kind of difficulties when you start this football game, and then when you see that you have a chance to be a professional, because there are already established players at this level.
Yeah.
So if you go to see Dempo, Salgaocar, Vasco, Churchill, this team, they have already professionals, and you being coming from one village who doesn't have any sporting background, so it is always challenging. Always challenging.
Understood. Now that you've spoken about these challenges, it's also important to have like a support system. I know your father was a great support system for you, but anyone else, maybe friends, relatives, coaches that you would like to mention, जिन्होंने आपको initially बहुत ऐसे help किया, push किया, support किया?
So what had happened at that time, I call myself a very lucky footballer. I was playing for my village then, so I was 18, 19. We played a final match. We were playing final match against one particular team from South Goa, and we were losing 2-0 at the half time.
Okay.
In the second half, I scored 2, and ultimately we won the final. The same final, there was one team playing in the first division called FC Siolim.
Okay.
So they were in the second division, but then they wanted to come into the pro league, and most of the best footballers in this North Goa, they were signing for that particular club,
For FC Siolim.
FC Siolim.
Okay.
So they were there. After the final, they came to me and can you join us from tomorrow for FC Siolim? So next day I joined the particular club, FC Siolim, and one day after we were playing one friendly match against this team called Anderson Marine. They are from South Goa, actually from Marmagoa.
Okay.
So we played that match, and I scored a brilliant goal from maybe 40 yards, and their coach was Peter Wallis, and he was coach of Goa under-19s. So he called me at the side and he asked me, Baba, how old you are? Then I told him that so and so, that if you are eligible for, and yes, I told him that I can play under-19s Goa. So he said that you are coming for Goa under-19s, so we are starting camp so and so. So he called me for that camp, and ultimately I played for Goa. Means the things changed very quickly in my situation actually. In fact, in football, the situation changes very quickly. You score one goal, you can win it. If you are down with the goal, you score one and you can score another one. So things changes very quickly in football.
It's surprising for me to hear you scored so many goals, because from what I have read, you mostly played defender roles.
Exactly. Initially, when I started my career, I used to play as a striker.
Oh.
I was a striker. Even when I joined Dempos, I signed as a striker. But later on, I used to play as a defender also. But then I played as a defender. When I started for Dempos, I played defender. But then sometimes I used to play as a striker also. But I joined Dempos as a striker.
You joined Dempo as a striker?
As a striker, exactly.
What made you go back to saying, no, I want to play in defense?
So what happened is that these people at Dempos, they knew that I could play this particular position. But we had one coach from Kerala, TK Chatuni, big player, big coach. He signed me as a striker. And then what happened, for some reason, he had to leave in December or maybe in November.
Okay.
So he left, and Dempos signed one coach from Iran.
Okay.
So his style of play was he used to play with five defenders, 5-3-2. So he wanted one right winger, and I was the only option there. So he started playing me there. So in the league we played 22 games, and I played all 22 in the first 11 without any yellow cards.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a defender,
As a
to not
defender.
get yellow cards in 22 straight games. Interesting. You've spoken about two coaches now. We want to move to Armando sir. How did your connection with Armando sir start? When did you meet him? How did he guide you, or what role did he play in your career, as in building, shaping your career first as a player? But I'm assuming you've also taken a lot from him that you apply now as a coach also.
So what happened then? 99, I played under two coaches when I joined Dempos. Earlier, I was junior for Dempos also for under 19s.
Okay.
We had coach called Thapa, but for some financial situation, I could not travel from my place to training, and it was difficult for me to come for training. So I had to quit under 19s, and I start working somewhere. And then I played under three coaches. Then we played I League, and we got relegated that particular first season. And Dempos appointed Armando sir as a head coach. It's a history. We won championship after championship.
Yeah, but how was your connection personally with Armando sir?
We always had a good connection. You can say he is a players coach. So he was always motivating. Though when we started, we never had big stars, but then he made that team. He made that champions team. Literally encouraging and guiding all of us actually. I want to mention this, there was one player in the team at that particular time. I think Sir Armando and this particular player, Stanley Colaco,
Okay.
he guided us in a nice way. He kept the team together. I think I'm a better person is because of this particular man. He's always ready to help anybody. He's always push us. He's always there whenever there are situations, there are difficult situations, there are problems, he's always there. And for sure when Armando Colaco, he kept us together. That was the particular reason that Armando and Stanley are the main reasons I felt that Dempos have achieved so much.
From your story, I can also tell that it's not just talent. Talent can only get you to a certain point, but hard work, consistency, patience,
Teamwork is very important. We were together as a team. There were so many situations that we were down, but then we were very good group actually. As a team, we did really well. Not only on the ground, off the ground also.
Right. Within that team, any fun locker room incidents that you would like to share with us?
There is always fun in the locker room of Dempo Sports Club. Always. But the moment they step in on the ground, it's different. They will fire, they will shout at you, they will give you bad words to motivate you actually, the bad words. But I tell you, I've been in one of the best dressing room in the country, because we won it, we enjoyed it, we had fun together, we did it everything.
Over the past 28
years, 28 years, yeah.
There was any incidents that stand out for you that you still remember after going through probably so much with so many people, any people that still stand out to you?
The best moment in my life when I joined Dempo and when I played the first game is the best moment for me, because I just wanted to play one game for Dempo Sports Club. Ultimately, I'm still here after 28 years. Yeah.
At what point did you think you are going to spend pretty much the next few decades, not even years, next few decades with Dempo?
I never thought that I'll be playing for this long. In fact, there were so many good players, better than me actually. But then I always felt that I'm lucky. Maybe I felt that because I didn't realize how much hard work I used to do. But I feel that I'm luckier one.
I'm sure you would have also had opportunities to join other clubs throughout the years, but then you still stuck with Dempo. Why was that?
So what happened is that there were so many opportunities, when I was player and as a coach also now. The first year itself, Churchill, Salgaocar, Vasco and Mahindra, when we got relegated, they came in for me. But some of the senior players at that time, they somehow they convinced me that I should not leave, and my name came in for India team the very first year. So we were there in this camp, and one of this player who called me, he is a foreigner,
Okay.
so he called me, please don't leave the club. The clubs need players like you to bring them back to the I League or National League at that time. So ultimately I didn't see the money, because the amount of money the Mahindras and the other clubs, they were ready to pay me. I said no, I'm staying with the Dempo, and rest is history. Till date I'm with the Dempos. Later on also in my career there were offers from East Bengal, Mahindras, JCTs in my career, but then later on they came to know that I'm a Dempo man, and after 2010, after 11, they started, no, you don't chase him. He's not going anywhere.
No one can get to
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
can get to Samir Naik.
Yeah.
If you had to describe in one line or two lines what Dempo means to Samir Naik as a person, not just as a footballer, but you spent. I'm 25. You're with Dempo since before I was even born. So what does Dempo mean to your life?
Dempo means everything to me, everything. Yeah, because I've did so much sacrifice actually to be in this position actually here. When I was player also, there were a lot of sacrifices. Those who were close to me, or maybe my coaches, they knows that I am a Dempo man, and I love the club very much. I'm little bit emotional about this thing, you know. You can feel it. I love Dempos. It's part of my family actually. Yeah.
Coming back to where we were, Indian national team के बारे में भी बात करेंगे, but tell us about the three loves of your life.
So my first love is football always, and Dempo Sports Club. Then my wife, we are together for almost 25 years now, and I love football, the European football. So I follow Arsenal, but my first love is football and Dempos, and my wife, and now my daughter means everything to me.
Wow. How often do you visit Arsenal to watch them play, and in general Premier League
So-
वगैरह?
So for almost 7-8 years now, I visit Emirates Stadium, or I was lucky enough to witness a match at Highbury also when we went to UK in 2002, and Thierry Henry scored and celebrated in front of us. He came sliding. We all know his celebrations.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. So now coming to your time with the Indian national team, आपका first call up कब था? How did you react to it? Were you expecting it? Were you not expecting it? आपने किसको बताया? Just describe that whole moment.
So actually what had happened is that we had a not very strong team, but at that time we had a coach, this coach who won everything for us, Armando. So in 2001 we were part of this Federation Cup, and we were playing in Chennai, and we reached the final at that time being underdogs. So we were playing Mohun Bagan at that time, and we lost in the finals. I had scored in the semi-finals against Sporting Club de Goa. So, and then when we lost it, and when we came back, my name came in for India under 23s. So that's how we started. So there was a call for me for India under 23 in 2001. So ultimately we had a camp in Patiala.
Okay.
And we were supposed to go to Pakistan, and Nahimuddin was the coach. So, but then in 2001 that attack was there, 9/11 attack, I think, no? Oh, in US, 9/11, no? Yeah, so because of that the games got cancelled in Pakistan, and I could not play for India. And then In 2002, India appointed Stephen Constantine as a head coach, and they kept the same squad who were there in that Patiala camp, and they called us for this under 23. We were preparing for Asian Games, so they called us in the camp. And 2002 being a World Cup in Asia, I think. So what we used to do, we used to in the off season, all of our friends, we used to go and play on the beach in the sands, So I was very fit at that time, and and in the camp, the very first day, this coach Constantine, he kept that blip test. There is one test called blip test. So I did quite well actually. Me, Renedy, and Mahesh, we did quite well. So the moment he saw that, so he already thought about his strategies, his game plan. So he wanted wingers, so he got wingers who could run up and down, and I could do that work whole day. I could run. I didn't had that much of game sense, and then I played under him for this under. Basically, it was senior national team, but then we participated as India under 23 in Vietnam, and we beat Vietnam in the finals. But the strongest team was Indonesia. We beat them in semi-finals. After 32 years, I felt India won that particular tournament outside Asia. We won in Vietnam that tournament, LG Cup.
Okay.
So from then then I played for 10 years, long 10 years for India.
Amazing. And across those 10 years, I'm assuming you've made friends that you're still in touch with, teammates.
There are so many stories actually, but then what happens, everyone have their commitments, so they got busy in there. Sometimes when we meet, we have very good fun, because there are so many stories that when we were together, we have enjoyed the moments when we were playing at that time. Sometimes when we meet, and then we discuss all about that.
कुछ बताओ sir, पुरानी
There are
बातें.
so many stories, actually. Some, I should not be speaking here. Some of the stories, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I have a video for you from your former teammate.
Mangi sir.
बस ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि I know we met there before yesterday. We played the friendly against each other. बस ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि thank you so much. I don't know if you remember when I signed for Dempo. It's you who took me to Armando. It's you who supported me, and also I know my time with Dempo was not because I was too young to understand what professional football is all about, and I was not ready physically, mentally, emotionally. I think everything I was just coming together. And thank you so much to see that because of you guys, the hunger to win, to taught me so much. Maybe knowingly, unknowingly, I learned so much from you guys. Stanley, you've been like a silent.
He also took
leader.
that name. You remember?
You
I
don't
told you
speak so
Stanley.
much, but your accent, your aura, even today, I speak very highly about you. Even I'm saying it here now because maybe we are very different individuals. We do different things, but I still, I even look up to you. And I was telling them, I don't know, somewhere I have mentioned that, I don't know if you remember 2003 or 4, when we were in Tokyo. I was in academy with the Constantine when he took me to Tokyo. I was completely a lost young boy, upcoming, having no clue about what's happening. Yeah, those memories are like very, very something that I even today cherish and carry forward. So I talk about this to my wife, to my daughter
बहुत बात
also,
करता रहता है.
reach the age I will
इतना
definitely
बात
speak
नहीं
about
करेगा
this
तो
as
मर
well.
जाएगा हमारे.
And thank you so much, bhai. We sometimes we don't get to
अभी
speak
ये लोग कोच कर रहा था, बोले प्रो लाइसेंस. इसका बात 1 घंटा 2 घंटा बोलता है
But thank you, bhai.
ये लोग बोल रहे हैं मेरा
Maybe
दोस्त
I
जो
take
है
this
सब, मतलब हम लोग
opportunity
कॉमन
to say
फ्रेंड जो है.
maybe I haven't said this out
स्टीवन
loud
बोलता है कि इसका
publicly
बात ही
or,
भाई खत्म नहीं होता.
personally to you, but yeah, you
देखो अभी
have
कितना
been,
बात कर रहा है.
there, in some very crucial stage or phase of my career. And thank you, bhai. Thank you. I know it's very long, 2 minutes, 30
खुद भी बोल
seconds,
दिया है.
very long, but I don't know, it just went on. Okay, thank you, bhai. See you soon.
नहीं, वो बहुत बात करता है ऐसे ना, तो ये लोग अभी कोस कर रहा था, तो स्टीवन बोल रहा है भाई इसके लिए मंगी,
स्टीवन डायस
स्टीवन डायस बोल रहा है भाई मंगी के लिए तो एक चाहिए बोलता है, उसको तो अलग से ही बोलता है, 2 घंटा बात ही करता रहता है बोलता है।
heat issues हो गए थोड़े, we had to switch our setup, but what is your perspective of that incident that Mangi bhai mentioned? He came to Tokyo, lost boy, you were the one who took him and guided him.
So it's my nature that whoever is like new in a group, I'd like to make sure that they are comfortable, because when I joined Dempo's, there were senior players who took me under their wings and who took very good care of me, especially Stanley. When the new players come into the team or national team, I make sure that the younger ones are happy and looked after, so they are not worried about anything. So they are means we should give them that confidence that don't worry about anything. If something goes wrong, we are there.
इंडियन नेशनल टीम के साथ भी आपने काफ़ी सारा टाइम स्पेंड किया. Do you have any favorite memories? Maybe a goal, maybe a tackle, maybe a certain match moment, कुछ भी?
The very first tournament what I played for the national team and we won it, that was something I can't forget. But there were many other trophies that we have won: Nehru Cup, then AFC Challenge Cup and SAF Cup. There were 5-6 tournaments that what we have won as a team. But then the special one is the one tournament what we won. It was my debut tournament. It is in Vietnam. There were 9 or maybe 13 players who made it in the national team for the first time, who were debutant, and 13 or maybe 9. I remember that exactly.
Wow.
And we won that tournament. And it was after 32 long years that India won outside subcontinent. Yeah.
When you first went into the pitch wearing that Indian national team jersey, can you describe what that felt like for a boy who's played football for so long but now representing the country with that badge on your chest?
It was just an amazing moment. You can see my hand and everything. When they played that national anthem, literally I cried. Yeah, it was that emotional for me, and it was like pride for me that I am representing my country, And when I represented my country, it was always emotional. When they played that national anthem for my country, it was always emotional. And in fact, it is great that I got a chance to represent my country. Great moment, actually.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
For anyone, not just, that's the goal, right? And anyone who starts playing football professionally, that is
Your ultimate goal is to represent your country.
Abhi, right now, of course, you're a coach. Do you think you've changed from when you were a player to now as a coach?
Yes, of course, I have changed a lot actually. When I was player, you can ask any of my former teammates what kind of person I am. If I was very fun-loving. I used to enjoy every moment in the dressing room, off the pitch or on the pitch, whenever we played. But now I am a different person. Now I am more rude, like more strict kind of person. You can say maybe it's not arrogant, you can say, but I am somehow arrogant and rude, which doesn't suit me actually. That's not my character. My character is enjoying fun, but as a profession now I am a different person, you can say that.
Was that a conscious choice कि आपने खुद को ट्रेन करा कि नहीं मैं ऐसे नहीं कर सकता हूँ, अभी मुझे ये करना है, या फिर वो अपने आप
it's due to the role it happens. I did not prepare for anything actually, This automatic things, it happens that way. Then I'm not saying every person is a different person. Some of the coaches, they still enjoy it. I still enjoy it, but then there are limitations, Sometimes you will see me, if we score goal, I don't celebrate those goals because I keep my emotions to the limits, Yeah, of course I enjoy when I go home, yes, but then on the pitch, on the camera, I don't like to show my emotions,
In the dressing room, do you shout? Do you celebrate?
Of course I shout. Of course I shout, but sometimes occasionally I celebrate. Yes. Yes.
Nice. Good to hear that. एक चीज मैंने पढ़ी थी. Dempo was relegated. You got them back to the I League. What did that feel like? Dempo, the love of your life, literally the love of your life. You've taken them from a lower division back to the I League. How did that feel? What went behind that? Like, how did you get that done?
So very first season when I joined Dempo, we had a very young squad actually, and we got relegated. We got in my career we got relegated twice actually.
Okay.
Only once we got relegated, but the second time what happened is we finished above relegation zone, and the team which was relegated, since there was no relegation for them, so they relegated us, and ultimately after 1 month they withdrew the team. So we didn't got relegated actually technically, but then we had to play in the other division. Yeah. When first time when we got relegated, I had so many offers from Mahindra's, Salgaocar, Churchill, Vasco, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan at that particular time, but I said no. My clubs, I thought maybe my clubs needs me at that time, and I loved Dempo's very much, and I stayed back. I didn't see the money at that time. There was a lot of money which was offered. In fact, one of my best friend Renedy Singh, who had come with their secretary, I think it was Balram then. He came with one big bag of money, and the money was lying there right there, and I just need to sign it, and the money is mine. It was big money, big amount, but I chose Dempo's. I stayed with Dempo's. So there were a lot of sacrifices as a player and as a coach also. I had done. There were offers from I League clubs. There were offers from ISL club, and I said no to them. I stayed with Dempo's.
Respect, sir. I think आजकल this is missing.
Yes,
Sorry,
exactly.
missing.
In fact, Dempo's, there were players who played with us at Dempo's. They always had spent more than 6 years, 7 years, some of them 10 years, 12 years, because the club only look after yourself. They said you just can't leave. Once you play for Dempo's, you just can't feel that you can leave here. This place is like that. The club is like that. Our chairman is like that. There's a lot of freedom here to express yourself, as a player, as a coach. Yeah.
Last two questions, sir. Now, as a coach, what are the most important qualities that you look for in a player? So, for example, अगर trials चल रहे हैं, how do you scout players? क्या देखते हो आप उनमें? Is it personality? Is it technical speed? What is it that you look for?
For me personally, I would say passion and commitment. If you see these are the things you can work on. If you come at this stage, if you are with Dempo Sports Club, that means you have quality. Only thing, how passionate you are and how committed you are. If you have that, you are a Dempo player for sure. 100%. If you are giving on the ground, that's it. That's more than enough for me. You can make 100 wrong passes, and if you keep working hard, that's good for me.
Players also struggle a lot sometimes with mental health. कि 100 चीज़ें चल रही होती है, not just on the pitch. कि घर पे कुछ चल रहा है, friends के साथ कुछ चल रहा है. Do you think that affects a player's game somehow?
Of course, it does affect, but then we always talk to players. I always personally talk to. If there are any issues, we should come and discuss. If you all are scared to discuss with the coaches or managers or anyone, you can discuss with the captains or senior players. So we did not have any such situations actually here at Dempo's. In my career, I haven't seen. But then if there are any, I feel that we tackle it in a nice way at Dempo Sports Club, for sure.
Wonderful. Last question would be, what message would you give or advice would you give to young Indian footballers who are starting off, जो 8 साल 10 साल के हैं, they don't know what they are doing in life but they like playing football, maybe someday they would like to go pro.
What happens is sometimes you think about so many things, you know. There are so many entertainments, like you play, you go with your friends, you watch movies, you go for some kind of nightclubs. There's so much to do, you know. We should, if you are a professional, if you want to be a professional footballer, you should cut on that
Sacrifice
and
that.
just focus on your game. Just focus on your game, because you have few years, maybe 10, 15. That's it.
For you, it's 28.
Yeah.
and
So
running.
yeah, if you are committed, you can give more to the game. All commitment, it's your hard work. Just hard work. Honesty, hard work, and dedication is very important.
And what would you say to parents of these children who are not sure? Sometimes parents are not supportive of young children playing football. कि नहीं ये क्या कर रहे हो, जाओ पढ़ाई करो, स्कूल में marks लाओ. What do you think do you think there's a change in mindset that is needed?
Uh, this is the situation now. But then, if you are in the academy now, when you are growing 14 to maybe 20, I personally feel that you should focus on your studies and your game also, because if we have 100 boys in the academy here, not everyone's going to make it. So maybe 10 they'll make it, or maybe 20 if you are good enough. So 80% is no chance, less chance. So you have to study, you have to be ready for everything, you know. So in case if you don't make it to the good level of football, then there is always this studies, knowledge what you have, you know. So for me, education also is an important thing.
Perfect, sir. I think we have everything that we needed from your story. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story. Sweet, but also very simple.
Yeah.
Not a lot of jumping around here and there. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time, for taking us through your
No
journey.
problem, no problem.
It is my privilege and Ariman's privilege to listen to your stories.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much.
Yeah.
If this conversation stayed with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening in. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one.